Blue Screen Jason is posting a Daggerfall Let's Play in which he plays the Dark Elf Alexis, who is a Nightblade with a skill set including short blade, stealth, and magic. In episode 84 of the Let's Play, Alexis tries some dungeon crawling with a bow that she's found. Not being very well trained in archery, she's having some difficulty, often taking 15 to 20 arrows to drop an enemy. She finally gives up on the bow and goes back to her short blade. In the running commentary of the next episode, 85, Jason muses on about Alexis's problems with her bow. At about 22 minutes into the video, Jason poses this question: somebody with archery, how do they succeed in these dungeons? My character Anon uses a bow as his primary weapon and so routinely dungeon crawls with it. This video is a collection of clips from Anon's video journal demonstrating some of his dungeon crawling techniques. Jason, this one's for you and also for Alexis. At this point, I'll interject an editorial comment. If this video seems like a first attempt, it's because it is. This is my first ever YouTube video post. It's been years since I've done any video editing. I watched Jason's episode 85 a few days after it was published on September 29th and assumed I'd put this video together overnight, or at worst over the next weekend. You can tell from the publication date how long it's actually taken me. Anon's video journal is just that, a video journal, not a Let's Play with a running commentary. The commentary you're listening to is a voiceover added in post-production. If I've posted this video correctly, then below you'll find links to Blue Screen Jason's Daggerfall playlist and also episodes 84 and 85 in that list. Without further ado, let me introduce Anon of Tulune, a Breton spellbow. He belongs to the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild, and the School of Julianos. His primary weapons are archery, hand-to-hand, and short blade. His major skills are critical strike, illusion, and restoration. His minor skills are axe, long blade, alteration, destruction, mysticism, and thaumaturgy. The bow as a primary weapon was my choice. Daggerfall is my first ever role-playing game. My previous gaming experience has been restricted to flight simulators and first-person shooters. The only melee experience I'd had was when Duke Nukem ran out of ammo or was stripped of all weapons, as in the execution chamber. I guess that the bow was as close to a shooter as I was going to get. Hand-to-hand is a primary weapon since it's the combat alternative to the bow. The bow is a two-handed weapon, so when you switch hands, you're in hand-to-hand combat. A major weakness of the bow is that baddies can get inside its effective range. In the early part of the game, the baddies are likely to be small critters like bats or rats, which can be slapped or kicked into submission. Even so, the heaviest boots and gauntlets available are worn to increase the effectiveness of the kicks and slaps. Short blade is a primary weapon because it is sacred to Julianos and respected by the Fighters Guild. Thus, skill increases result in ranking up in both. Major skills are critical strike, which augments all weapons, illusion for its cloaking and invisibility spells, and restoration for its healing spells. The minor skill destruction becomes a major player later in the game when larger baddies get inside the bow's range and are handled with damage on touch spells. Also later in the game, the minor skill thaumaturgy with its magicka reflection spells becomes our major defense against magicka attacks. Magicka absorption can only absorb to the current magicka limit. For example, a character with 120 units of magicka and a limit of 180 can only absorb 60 units. Any excess magicka will damage the character. Later in the game, when there are magicka heavy hitters, we prefer magicka reflection to magicka absorption, since it deflects all magicka at the expense of recharging our own. Enchanted items are to the School of Julianos as potions are to most of the other temples. So Anon uses enchanted items in much the same way as Alexis uses potions. There's a ruby that heals and an armband that restores stamina. There's even a Magicka bandolier, a renamed armband of shocking, that can recharge Magicka by casting and canceling. Now, let's try a dungeon. Spell Reflection. Invisibility, true. Bandolier Magicka. Recharge Magicka. What's behind door number 1? Orc just died. Get the arrows. Get the gold. Orc just died. No arrows. He swallowed the arrows. Get the gold. Oh, our spell's running out. They're both the same icon. I think the shorter duration is Spell Reflection. Yeah, duration is 10 per level. I changed the icons so we can tell them apart. I think that's actually a full moon icon. It reminds me of a round reflective shield like Theseus used on Medusa. Hence, Magicka Reflection. Orc just died. Get the arrows, get the gold. Orc just died. Orc meets orc bow. Deeper into the dungeon, we run into some orc associates. Giant just died. Sounds like another one. There he is. Get him. That was close. He took a swing at us. Only 2 arrows. We missed with a couple. He got inside our range and we couldn't hit him. Get the arrows, get the gold. Deeper into the dungeon, we found a menagerie where the orcs keep their animals and their pets. Sabretooth just died. Nice kitty. No arrows. Sabretooth ate the arrows. Oh, kitty keeper. Kitty keeper just died. Keeper of the kitties. Get the arrows, get the gold. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Kitty cat just died. Ate the arrows. The kitties almost always eat the arrows. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Kitty cat just died. No arrows. Orc bow, invisibility, spell reflection. That's how Anon dungeon crawls.